I don't know how many of you sometimes think, why do I even bother with music? I myself, I'm not a full-time musician, nor do I plan to be. But I release music and I write music all the time. I make effort with music. I think about the songs that I write. They're like my little children, like they are for many other professional musicians. And the question remains, why do I do it? And why should you? And why should you? It's not like you're making money of it. Some guys do. But in the modern age, if you're not performing live or selling a lot of merch, you're not making money off it. You're not making a living. There are few musicians who make money just off their recordings and who manage to make a living. And that's great. But the majority of us will never earn a living wage of music. And the question remains is, why do I bother? And much different from my actual day job, which I'm also passionate about. I'm a commercial photographer. There I kind of just have to make it work financially. Even though it's very tough sometimes, there's just no option. I got to pay a wage and that's it. You just make it work and you do what other people want. But as a musician, I do have the freedom of not having to pay a living wage because I do have another income. The question remains is, why so much effort? Why don't I just sit in my room, play my guitar and enjoy doing that? That's a fair question, and for some that is important. That's all they want from their music, and that's fine, and that's great. And for others, they want something a little bit different. I wouldn't say more, because it's not about more or less. They want something different. They want to be able to write and produce music that they themselves want to listen to, i.e. me. I want to write the music that I don't hear, the music that nobody else has made. And sure, I've made many a song that is probably derivative or generic, but I aim to make something great that even if no one else hears it, and trust me, if you check my Spotify streams, that's kind of close to where I'm at, or even my YouTube views on the songs that I do, it doesn't matter. I can listen to those songs and I'm glad I wrote them and I recorded them and I have put all those hours into producing them, because I am the only person so far that has been able to write these songs in exactly the words that I needed to hear. And there are artists that I listen to sometimes and they kind of reveal something to you, which is great. You listen to that and you think, wow, that is amazing. I would have never thought to do that. And those are discoveries, and that's great. You need to keep doing that all the time. The reality is, though, that for most of the time, I'm listening out for somebody saying something that I wanted to say, and they're not, because they are proclaiming their own truth, and their own reality and what they experience and how they see it. When I released War, the EP kind of kickstarted the Vortex Afternoon part of my musical journey. I released 6 songs, one's an instrumental, that I felt, this is what I feel right now. Not often before had I been able to do that, but that was years in the making. and it just validated it to myself that it's worth it. Even if only the, I don't know, 200 or 300 listens or 500 listens, I'm not even sure if it's reached 1,000 of that album. It's probably a bit more, but if that's all I ever get from other people, that's fine. I don't care, because I wrote something that I needed to hear.